As a life group leader, you have the opportunity to impact the spiritual development of every person who comes to your group, which means growing as a leader is important. At Life.Church, we encourage you to own your own development. We know that everybody's next step or growth opportunity is going to look different. And that makes sense because different people need different tools to grow. But our hope for life group leaders is that the outcomes almost always look the same. We hope that as you're growing, 3 things happen. 1, your life reflects Jesus' life, and you live how Jesus lived. 2, you develop self-awareness and leadership capacity. And 3, you thrive in your role for the long term. Again, how your actual development happens and the tools you use might look different, but here are a few resources you could explore based on the outcomes we just talked about. Resource number 1, your coach and Life Group's Life Missions team. As a life group leader, you have the full support of your coach as well as your LGLM team. As you navigate the highs and lows of leading your life group, they will be with you every step of the way. Don't hesitate to share your experiences with them and ask questions as they arise. They'll give you valuable insight and help you grow as a leader. Resource number 2, the Rochelle Leadership Podcast. Pastor Craig has created an entire podcast dedicated to leadership development. It's called the Rochelle Leadership Podcast, and you can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. In every episode, Pastor Craig gives personal, practical, and powerful leadership advice that draws on his own experiences as well as the experience of other well-known leaders. It's a great way to grow as a leader. Resource number 3, development tools. We have tools you can use to grow and develop your self-awareness, like personality assessments and strengths testing. As your awareness increases, you'll identify how you'll maximize the gifts God has placed within you. If you're interested in learning more about these research-backed tools, you can connect with your coach and LGLM pastor. These are just a few of the many resources you can use to own your growth. So make sure you're talking with your coach about resources that are available for you. As you start owning your development, you'll find that your life looks more like Jesus's. You're developing your self-awareness and leadership capacity, and you're ultimately thriving in your role for the long term.